This is the 75th anniversary of the Great Falls Volunteer Fire Department. It was founded May 5th, 1942. It was founded to serve the village of Forestville, so it was originally the Forestville Volunteer Fire Department and the surrounding farmlands. It was a product of civil defense of World War II. In essence, it was a war baby. Fairfax County had very few fire departments, and the Board of Supervisors became very concerned that they needed more because of the proximity to the nation's capital. They felt that if the enemy could bomb the capital, they would also bomb the surrounding countryside. So they asked the communities to find ways to form their fire departments. In April of 1942, 3 local men from Forestville, who were all farmers, petitioned the Board of Supervisors for a fire truck. They said they were going to form a volunteer fire department, which they got busy and did. There were 29 founding members. They were all local men, mostly farmers, a few shopkeepers, and a few people that had employment outside of the community. This volunteer fire department was an auxiliary unit of the McLean Fire Department, and they had quite a bit of equipment, but this one only had one pumper truck. It was a 1942 Chevrolet with a 500-gallon tank on it, a water tank. It was a huge area to service with only one truck. But the members of the volunteer fire department took their mission statement, which is for the protection of life and property, very, very seriously. And for many members, joining the fire department became a lifelong commitment. In order to provide a home for this fire department, they had to get a firehouse. One of our local farmers, Vernon Bradford, donated a piece of ground, and the fire department got very busy raising money to build their firehouse and to provide housing for their men and their truck. They also had to raise funds because it became apparent very quickly they were going to have more equipment. They built their firehouse very quickly, and they moved into it in March of 1944. In May of 1944, they were declared Fire Company 12. They were no longer an auxiliary of McLean. They were their own fire company. After they got up and going, they realized that having to care for people that were ill, heart attacks, car accidents, things like that, it didn't work very well, which they had to do, put them on the flatbed of the fire truck to take them to the hospitals. In 1951, they formed a rescue unit and bought an ambulance for it, which was an Army surplus ambulance. They got it at Fort Belvoir for $200. In 1955, then, the Forestville Volunteer Fire Department changed its name from Forestville to Great Falls. So the Forestville Volunteer Fire Department became the Great Falls Volunteer Fire Department. These firemen were very, very good with the community, and given their day and age, their training and equipment, they did a fantastic job. But they did suffer one major embarrassment in 1958 when their own firehouse caught fire and the top story burned off. But it was probably a good thing because they had outgrown it and they needed a new firehouse, and that set the wheels in motion to get the next place. Great Falls Volunteer Fire Department has been the spirit of this community for the last 75 years. Also, these are our neighbors, these are our friends, these are the people that know us, and it just shows the spirit of the community, which is why we have this very fancy facility today.